The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Apparel manufacturing company Imeri will sell another international brand, Moncler. Maya Simonidze, director of the company Imeri, notes that cooperation with the brand is long-term and first part of clothes has already been exported. We had started negotiations with the Italian brand Moncler. The contract was also signed, but the pandemic prevented the completion of the procedures. We have already signed a contract. At the first stage, we started with one sewing group, and as of today, we already work with 3 groups. Their demand is to work with a full load, Maya Simonidze said. Apparel manufacturing company Imeri, with over 90 years of operating experience, actively cooperates with various international companies. Creditors approved Georgian Airways rehabilitation plan, according to Tamas Gayashvili, director of the company. As he notes, 98% of creditors supported the plan. Details of the approved rehabilitation plan are not public yet. According to BMG, the plan is for 5 years, which means that the airline must repay the debt during this period. After the approval of the plan, rehabilitation regime in Georgian Airways is terminated and it continues to operate according to the schedule. Georgian Airways started the bankruptcy rehabilitation process late last year. The application registered in the public register was preceded by the ruling of Tbilisi City Court, from which it was clear that the airline had a debt of more than 175 million gelari, while the value of its assets was only 21.4 million gelari. Viktor Japaridze, ex-member of Georgian Dream and a member of the People's Power Public Movement, bought 52% of the shares of POSTV. Sozar Subari, one of the leaders of People's Power, said. Viktor Japaridze, a member of our movement, bought 52% of the shares of POSTV. The mentioned circumstances will help us to bring the message to the society even more widely, said Sozar Subari. Changes are already made in the public registry. According to the registry, Viktor Japaridze bought a 52% share of the channel for 520,000 gelari. In particular, Viktor Japaridze bought these shares from Shalvaramishvili and Temur Charelashvili. The remaining 48% share in the POSTV is distributed as follows: Nugzar Rukhadze, Zuyet Bliadze, Anna Shengelia, Vakhtan Komakhidze. Smart will open 20 supermarkets in addition during the next 2-3 years in Georgia. Sosop Khakadze, president of Whistle Group, told BMG TV. Businessmen are pragmatic people. We always develop a business that works well. Therefore, we will open as many supermarkets as the market demand will allow us, said Sosop Khakadze, although he did not specify the estimated amount of future investment. According to the president of Whistle Group, there are 32 smart supermarkets across the country now. In October, Smart Supermarket will open a new branch in Gdani, and by the end of this year, the branch will be presented by a total of 35 supermarkets throughout Georgia. Sopodia Samidze, the founder of Trout farm Sofos Kalmachi, located in Zemuajara, told BMG that the local trout price has increased due to the growing demand in the market. As she notes, the company has grown its price by 10 gelari on average. If in May the price of 1 kilogram of trout was 15 gelari, in summer it amounted to 25 gelari. If the production of trout in the country increases, the price will also stabilize, explained Sopodia Samidze. As she mentioned, the companies met this summer season unprepared. We would not satisfy the demand if the local production in the country is not organized. We will not be able to guarantee the results. A large number of tourists showed us that there is a shortage of local trout in the country. Everyone should feel their responsibility. The business must conduct the entrepreneurial process correctly, and I see the role of the state in the fact that we must have appropriate laboratories, said Dia Samidze. Restaurant Freedom was opened in Tbilisi Freedom Square. The facility offers the finest mix of Georgian, European and Asian cuisine. As Nika Garuchava, co-founder of the restaurant, told BMG, the object is aimed at both local and international guests. However, depending on the location, they make focus on tourists. According to him, in addition to meals, the restaurant also offers customers different desserts, which are created by a French confectioner. The idea of opening a restaurant came us during the pandemic. We worked on the idea for about a year and created the Freedom Restaurant, which combines Georgian, European and Asian cuisine. Our main principle is to offer a homely atmosphere with old tastes. This is a family business. We didn't everything ourselves, including the design. As for the challenges, it was quite difficult to find the staff, but we managed to get the main team together, says the co-founder of Freedom Restaurant. Construction of palm-shaped artificial island planned for Black Sea Batumi resort will be finished in 3 years. Pridon Katamidze, one of the investors of the Ambassador Batumi Island project, said in a conversation with BMG. According to him, this term refers to the arrangement of 2 peninsulas and 1 island, not their complete development. I think it will take 2.5 of 3 years to finish the land preparation works, which includes the preparation of peninsulas and islands, said Pridon Katamidze, one of the shareholders of Batumi Island. Ambassador Batumi Island project unites the territory of 2 artificial peninsulas and 1 island, beaches, active and passive recreation areas, seaside boulevard, as well as water parks, yacht club, educational institutions, shopping centers, hotels and residential buildings. The mentioned project is implemented by Ambassador Batumi Island, established in 2021. Ilya Tsulaya, founder of construction company Archi, declares that the business does not expect residential real estate to get more expensive. He told journalists about this after the meeting with the representatives of the Business Association of Georgia and the Prime Minister. According to him, the price stability for construction materials will lead to maintaining the current price of the real estate. Price growth on the real estate is primarily caused by the increase in the price of construction materials and labor force. Due to the fact that the prices have stabilized in the recent period, there will be no increase. This means that the increased price for real estate will be maintained and no longer increase. In addition, despite the price growth, demand is still quite high and construction has a large share in economic growth, said Ilya Tsulaya. As for the increased expenditures on the labor force, he said that was already reflected in the growing costs.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.